family, love, and regret. In the quiet village of Willowbrook, nestled among lush green hills, lived an old man named Thomas. He was known for his solitary life, always sitting on the creaky wooden bench outside his modest cottage. His once vibrant eyes carried a dull sadness, and whispers about his past filled the air whenever villagers crossed his path. Thomas was once a man of great joy, a loving father to 2 children, Amelia and James, and a devoted husband to his wife Margaret. Their home was filled with laughter, warmth, and the aroma of Margaret's famous apple pies. The family shared a bond built on love and mutual respect. However, life has a way of testing even the strongest of relationships. Thomas had grown up in a household where success was the measure of one's worth. His father, a stern and ambitious man, instilled in him a belief that providing for one's family meant sacrificing everything, including time and emotions. When Thomas became a father, he adopted the same philosophy. He worked tirelessly as a carpenter, taking on extra projects to ensure his children would have the best education and opportunities. Years passed, and while Thomas earned accolades for his craftsmanship, he unknowingly distanced himself from his family. Amelia and James often longed for their father's presence during their school plays, birthdays, and quiet evenings by the fireplace. Margaret tried to bridge the gap, often urging Thomas to spend more time with them, but he would brush her concerns aside, saying, "I'm doing this for us." The turning point came one fateful evening. Amelia had prepared a dance performance for her school's annual day, and pleaded with Thomas to attend. "Papa, it's important to me," she said, her eyes shining with hope. "I'll try, sweetheart," Thomas replied, distracted by the blueprints of a large project spread across the dining table. When the day came, Thomas was engrossed in his work and failed to show up. Amelia performed beautifully, but her heart was heavy. That night she didn't ask him why he didn't come. She had stopped expecting. Years turned into decades. Amelia and James grew up and moved to the city for higher education. While they excelled in their careers, the emotional gap between them and their father widened. Margaret's gentle pleas for family reunions fell on deaf ears as Thomas focused on his work, believing he was securing a future for everyone. One winter, Margaret fell ill. The once vibrant woman who had been the glue of the family became frail. Despite her condition, she never stopped believing in the power of love. "Thomas," she said one evening, her voice barely a whisper, "life is fleeting. Don't let your work take away what truly matters." Thomas nodded, but it was too late. Margaret passed away on a cold January morning. Her death shattered the family, but it also left Thomas with a gnawing sense of emptiness. For the first time he felt the weight of his choices. After Margaret's death, Thomas tried to reconnect with Amelia and James. However, years of neglect had created walls too high to break down overnight. Both children were cordial but distant. They visited on holidays, but their interactions were polite and formal, lacking the warmth of a close-knit family. One day, Thomas stumbled upon a box of old letters and photographs in the attic. Among them was a letter from Margaret written shortly before her death. In it, she poured out her heart, expressing her love for Thomas despite his shortcomings and urging him to mend his relationship with their children. The letter broke him. He realized that his relentless pursuit of material success had come at the cost of his family's emotional well-being. Regret seeped into every corner of his life, and he decided to make amends. Thomas began writing letters to Amelia and James, pouring his heart into every word. He apologized for his absence, acknowledged his mistakes, and expressed his longing to rebuild their relationship. First, there was no response. Weeks turned into months, and Thomas wondered if it was too late. One autumn evening, as the golden leaves danced in the wind, Thomas heard a knock on his door. When he opened it, he saw Amelia and James standing there, tears glistening in their eyes. They had read his letters and decided to give him a chance. The reunion was bittersweet. They shared stories, laughter, and tears, gradually peeling away the layers of hurt and resentment. Thomas began to understand the value of presence over presents, and Amelia and James realized that while their father had made mistakes, his love for them was genuine. Over time, the family healed. Thomas spent his remaining years cherishing every moment with his children and grandchildren, creating memories that would last a lifetime. He often shared his story with the younger generation, urging them to prioritize love and family over material pursuits. As the years passed, the villagers noticed a change in Thomas. The sadness in his eyes was replaced by a glimmer of peace. He still sat on his wooden bench, but now he was surrounded by his family, their laughter filling the air. The moral of the story: success is meaningless if it comes at the cost of love and family. Cherish your loved ones, for time is fleeting, and the moments you share today will become the memories you hold dear tomorrow.